welcome to my newest video. So today we will going to discuss the Kpfpz-70 or main battle tank 70. So what is this vehicle? So it's a German premium tier 9 heavy tank that was I think introduced in game about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So it's not such a new vehicle, but it is actually pretty good. So let's do some background check before we get to the main topic. So this isn't, just a German vehicle. It's it's actually a joint, how to say it? So USA and West German back in the Cold War joined their forces, to create vehicle that would actually be perfect for fighting Russian heavy tanks. And this is the result, so after the World War II, there was a space race, there were arms race, and everything like that. So the Germany, or actually the West Germany, was the only point in Europe where the communism were stopped to the west, So it was actually the border of East Europe and West Europe of capitalism and communism. So after the World War II, Americans, especially, and other NATO forces were afraid that if Germany wasn't strong enough, the West Germany, that the communism would overwhelm it, and they couldn't actually they couldn't allow it, because of the politics of everything else. So they had to build a vehicle that would be capable of fighting off the attacks of Russian heavy tanks. So they were like every day afraid that the Russians or the USSR, would invade Europe. Not in a way like bomb Europe with nuclear weapons, but like to just invade it with enormous amount of units, and forces and tanks, planes, soldiers, etc. So after we said this, let's get to the main point of the video. So this is the premium tier 9 heavy tank that is in German tech tree. I mean, it's not, but it's in premium tech tree. So it has 152 millimeter cannon, I think. So let's see. I think it has it. So it doesn't say its caliber, so but I think it's 150 millimeter cannon. So yes, so you can see these statistics. Aiming time is average too bad, 4.6 seconds. Dispersion at 100 meters is excellent, 0.310. Damage per minute is not really that excellent, it's 2296. Reload time is also average for that gun, it's about 15 seconds, so 14.64 seconds. And then we have penetration, which is also average to good, armor piercing composite rigid is 240 and high explosive anti-tank is 305. And high explosive is actually excellent, which is 90 millimeters of penetration, which means that you will get through any lightly armored tank in the game, like Leopard 1 sides or Pantera sides, American Butt, even maybe sides if if the tracks are actually down. You can actually do some tricks like if you actually aim at the sides of Kpfpz-70 heavy tank, you can actually get through its tracks if you hit that shot well. So yes, the penetration is good. Average damage is 560 for the APCR. The hit is 480, and high explosive is 640. Depression is actually average, so 6% of depression and 15% of elevation. Then we have the turret. So main armor of the turret is 200 millimeters, sides are 90 and rear is 60, so it's actually average. But the turret is really good, so I think that T-29 and T-34 would just be ashamed of their strength of turret if they would encounter one of these. So as we said, gun depression and everything like that. So yes, view range is actually 282, which is pretty good for a heavy tank. Then we have top speed, which is actually 40 kilometers per hour, and reverse top speed is 15 kilometers per hour, and average speed is 32 kilometers per hour. So then we have, well, that's it. And yes, the main armament of the hull. So the hull is 120 millimeters thick at the front, the sides are 90 millimeters thick, and a rear is 60 millimeters thick. So chance of fire when engine is hit is average, it's 15%, and I think that's it. That is everything we have to cover. Yes. So now let's see the best loadout for this tank in my opinion. So of course the consumables are classic, multi-purpose restoration pack, adrenaline, and repair kit. Then we have provisions, that is also classical order, chocolate bar and improved fuel. And this is my ammunition loadout, so I only carry like 5 heat shells, because I think I don't need any more, and actually 13 high explosive shells, and everything else is APCR. And let's see equipment. I use gun rammer because it really boosts your damage per minute. When I would use calibrated shells, I wouldn't, because it definitely doesn't need one. For vitality, I use defense system, and specialization is improved optics. Then we have supercharged because its shells are really slow, as it is 150 millimeter gun. Then we have improved assembly, which gives you extra HP. Improved controls, halt reverse speed, so it can actually rotate around its own axis a little bit faster. We have refined gun, which gave me that nice dispersion of 0.310. Then toolbox, because we actually need that when our track is down, this is pretty useless, so you actually can use this. And when in a critical situation, you will be actually probably be able to kill enemy faster because of the 30% plus to the duration of consumables, so that's like 5 seconds longer. I think it's not like 15 anymore, it's like 20 seconds. And now I would just like to mention K91 again, as I did in the last video. So because they are pretty similar in one thing. So it's not the gameplay, but in one hand it is the gameplay, but it is actually about this. So neither one of these heavies should be played as a heavy. This one should be more played as a heavy that stands behind, and that actually goes to heal and tries to hit something because of its average gun depression, and because of its great armor. On distance no one will be able to penetrate you, but you will be able to penetrate them. Then K91 is an autoloader, and it should be played as hit and run, you know. So empty a clip in a target that isn't looking at you and run away as fast as possible and do it at another target, you know. So now let's get to the replay section. So today I prepared actually 3 replays. One of them is like 4k damage. I died in that replay, but I will show you what is actually important, you know, in that tank, to show you, you know, what actually can you do when you are in good position to actually use your gun depression wisely. So then I will show you actually how to play in a city with this tank when you're surrounded by enemies, you know. Uh, One replay is on Normandy, and I think 2 of them are actually in vineyards. So here we go with replays. So here we are at the first replay at vineyards. As you will see, I was the only one, I think, that I went to city, you know, or maybe someone else went with me, but I was in minority, you know, at that area. So most of the team will go left and we will go right. As you can see, my driving skills weren't so good in this video. I almost crashed here and I crashed at that stone, so yeah. So we will actually try to push right here, you know, and try to do as much damage as possible. We won't succeed in that so much, you know, but it's not that important. But I would like to show you actually how to play as a half tank destroyer in this tank. As you can see, we're 300 meters away from that object 704, and we really don't want to rush in immediately because of our long reload, you know. And the best thing about this tank is when you are in a higher position than your enemy and you can use your gun depression. So why is that so important here? Well, because of your low silhouette. So when playing in this tank, you should always use terrain in your advantage, you know. Just like American heavy tank line or something like that, you know. You should always use it like that. That was a nice shot, lucky shot at E50M. So as you can see, we will try to hide here, you know, and then we will actually try to take out that 121. Yes, 121. So he will rush us here and unfortunately penetrate, because I thought that that actually E50M is going for us. So we will actually try to focus him here, you know, and destroy him, but we won't be able to, because he was destroyed before we managed to shoot him. And now we will try to actually help that poor Yagaru. We won't be able to save him, but definitely we will be able to do some damage. And that was just unlucky shot. And we were spotted, and now he asked for help, I think, and we will join there soon. Yes, now he sent an SOS distress call, so we'll try to rush in, you know. Maybe we should have actually take out that WT before, but we decided to deal with E50M before that, you know, because he's just he's more important in my opinion than WT. Now we will actually get a shot in the back, and we were lucky in my opinion that that wasn't an HE shot. But as you can see, the most of the battle we were behind, you know, not so far behind that we are camping, but literally supporting our team and rushing in when it's important. So it is actually really important to know that, you know, when to actually not camp but support your team from behind, and when to actually rush in. And now we will get to the second replay, which is, I think, also Normandy, or was it? Let's see. Sorry, Normandy Vineyards. Let's see. Sorry, it wasn't Vineyards or Normandy, it was actually Falls Creek. No, I don't know the name. I'm really confused. I don't know the name. I think it is Falls Creeks. But here we are, you know. Also, we will be supporting a bit. We will make some mistakes right here, but those are not such important mistakes, you know. Yes, we will get shot from back, you know, from behind, but I actually noticed that, but it was too late. So we will try to push this side here, you know, before they push us, and we will try to actually flank some enemies here. So we figure out we were spotted, you know, and we'll actually try to hit that ice 8 and those guys right there, you know. So unfortunately I missed here. So as you can see, this is what I was telling you about. So they will not be able to penetrate you, but you will be able to penetrate them, especially things like IS-8, you know. You will see right here, I will not penetrate it now, but later I will, you know, because you are really low silhouette tank. What does that mean? So that means that actually your lower plate will not be so visible as for example in E100, where their higher plate or higher glacis is actually well protected, but you actually have to be careful all the time about your lower plate, you know, and how to actually protect it without let's say it like that, you know, getting hit all the time. So we'll destroy this chieftain here, we will get shot here, and then we will get shot to the ass. And actually, you know, that is one advantage of this tank, as you can see right here. So I will try to actually show it to you, but I think I won't. So if you look at this side, you know, right here at the edge of the screen, as I cannot show it to you better. So it is really protected, you know. It is not like the lower glacis is all that, you know, vulnerable or big. It is normal lower glacis that you actually can see in most of the main battle tanks today, like Leopard 2K and such tanks, you know. So we will shoot that T-30, and now we will actually destroy this T-57 heavy but aim-wreck, and we will actually, you know, rush in there, you know, and finish enemy team. That was nice aim-wreck. I thought I would be dead, you know, because I never would say that through that house I would actually detonate its aim-wreck. So we will actually try to rush there. I think we won't be able to get 4th kill, but nice teamwork from our team, you know. They weren't brain dead as most of the teams. So we actually, I'm really sorry for that grill that didn't survive, you know, but it doesn't really matter because we won this battle. Yes, we didn't get a kill here. So I just wanted to show you how actually is effective as a sniper and as a heavy tank in the same time, just if you know when to rush, you know, and when to do such things. And now in the next replay, the icing on the cake where I died, I will actually try to show you how to stand your position. I thought it would be a mastery if I survived, but I lost too much HP from different angles, you know. You couldn't actually do much in such situation. But I will actually try to show you how to, you know, try to block damage in this tank in a very effective way if it wasn't like, you know, your tier but lower tier. So I can't really explain it to you right now, but you will see. So we're heading for the next replay, just in a second. So here we are at Normandy, in the latest replay that I'd like to show you. So Now, unfortunately, we're going to lose, but it doesn't matter. I think I've blocked decent amount of damage and I've done about 4k damage. Although team didn't do nothing, but I was at the perfect position, you know. I think I took two enemies with me and probably one was dead because of me. So here we're going to go to this B base, base B, as you like, as you wish. So we will try to take it, you know. And unfortunately, here there is no one here. Why I say unfortunately? Because look at this actually angle, you know. My lower plate wouldn't be so actually visible, you know. And if I angle correctly, I would definitely actually uh, bounce some shots, you know. There we spot motion and E75. So we won't push here because we know we will definitely lose that duel. So what we're going to try is to take out this Yak Taiga. So yes, a hit, and I think it's a gunner down, so he would have to use his medic kit. So now we're going to try to take him out. Unfortunately, this was a bounce, and we're trying to actually, you know, just knock it out, and we will definitely succeed. But what happens is that the enemies are rushing us here. This E75 will take him out too, and I think this WZ we will actually also take out. So this happens. This position is actually excellent position for this tank. So enemy is on the in the position that actually they cannot really shoot your bottom plate if I retreat, you know. And as you can see, they cannot do anything here because I actually don't show my bottom plate, I show only my turret. And now we're 3 against 5, and now this WZ makes a mistake and he actually shows his bottom plate. And he also shoots at me, but look what I do here. So he cannot do anything. So we're trying to actually stop him from doing anything, and we succeed. And this is 75. I think he will going to penetrate us. Yes, our actually weak spot on the turret, you know, because we weren't angled correctly. So, but we will take him out here, and unfortunately we also take a shot. I think if we didn't take that shot from E75, we would definitely win. And now this Pantera, I don't know what he was doing. He could take me out so easily, but I think he actually, you know, used all his shots. So I don't know what this Ferdinand is doing here. Look at him. He just shot, I think, HE at that Indian Panzer. I don't know why. Look at this, 150 damage. So that's not good. That's definitely not good. He actually could win, but I don't know why he didn't do anything, you know, to protect himself and his bottom plate. He could have definitely win this one. As you can see, third class and 33,000 credits for this loss and 4k damage, which is definitely not bad, you know. But I think it definitely would have gone better if the team on the left pushed them. You know, maybe if I went left, it would result in a better game. But I don't know. I think I would have maybe just died quicker, you know. And I don't know. Tell me your opinion in the comment section. So tell me, what do you think of this tank? I think it's an excellent heavy tank. Not because of its armor, but because of its playstyle, you know, how you actually play it. Tell me in the comments how you play it. So do you actually play it as a real heavy tank or a support tank or something in between, you know? because I think it should be played as something in between. In early match you should, I think, play it as a heavy tank destroyer. Playing from the shadows. So no one actually sees you, because everyone will use heat on you. And when the match is about to close, you should definitely push in, and you should spare your hit points at the beginning of the match. So that is my review, and that's why I actually mentioned the K91, because they have so similar play styles. Not because of a tank destroyer style of a game, play style or things like that, but just because they don't play out as a regular heavy tank. So goodbye, guys. See you next time. Have a good night and peace out.